Let's start. Let's try. Let's start. So Santos, it's a pleasure yet to. Oh, now there's no more echo now. Now I don't hear myself.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I think we're good now.
Right. Great.
Beautiful.
But I don't know why I kind of hear myself in the background there. No? I don't know if you guys hear me in the
No, you sound good. I don't hear
single
it.
phase, but I hear myself in double phase in the earphone. Yeah, it's that software. Sometimes it acts up, but anyway, we'll go along with that. So yeah, so we are back on the Truman Show with Santos. We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff tonight. We're gonna be here for a while. Santos has a lot of stuff to share with us that we're gonna look into, and my great friend Rob is here also to join us. Rob Pinchot. He's pretty much the instigator behind that show because he came to me this week and with a nice message on Messenger exchanging with me. And he said, oh, I'm into Santos lately and syncretism and all that. I said, yeah, I want to have Santos back again. So and that started the whole thing. And
yeah, pleasure to be here, man.
Having Santos here and Rob on the Truman Show.
Yeah, it means so much.
Thanks, guys. Likewise. Yeah. It's always good to share with like-minded, intelligent truthers. Always. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, for us too.
For sure. So I've chosen a subject already. And I guess we could call it understanding how the universe works, how energy works. What I'll be doing is I'll be sharing a 10-minute video to start off with by Ken Wheeler, dealing with magnetism. So, and then I'll show some PowerPoint slides from my presentation called All is Atum, unreleased presentation. So I did share some of this presentation with you on our last show, Yannick, about the Torus fields. Remember that? Anyway, yep.
Yeah, so okay, I solved the problem. It was me. It was me the problem. I solved it now.
Great. So last time I was with you, I did show some of my presentations from the PowerPoint presentation, All is Atum. So first I would like to play a video on magnetism, and I would like to ask all the viewers, sorry for looking down because I have this camera here in front of me for the whiteboard and my laptop is where I'm looking at. I'm looking at you guys. So sorry for that, but this is the only way I could work it.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, yep. So what I'll be doing is asking the viewers, the listeners, to watch this 10-minute presentation very, very carefully, and then I will elaborate with my own input. And before that, I'd like to just show some PowerPoint presentations. So allow me to share my screen. I hope we can do this, and I'll be playing that video. Where are we? Yeah, share. Now, can you see that?
Yep.
You can see the video?
Yeah, we see you in the screen at the bottom.
No, you need to see the video.
Yeah,
share screen. I'm trying to share my screen. Let's see, how do I do this now? All right, you need to be seeing my video now.
No, we don't see anything.
We don't see anything. No.
Okay, maybe if I do it like this, turn it around.
Yep.
This is not the best way, is it?
Yeah, you know what happens? Yeah. Oh, never mind. That's good right there.
Can you see that?
Yep.
All right, I don't know whether I'm right on the screen.
Yeah, you should go down just a little bit.
How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, guys. I'll play this.
A lot of requests for doing a 4K video showing you the... Okay, I had a lot of requests for doing a 4K video showing you the gigantic supercell. And so here we have it. Let's start off. But now we have 4 bulk magnets. Why am I not seeing any field right here? Think about it. Remember, a magnet is only defined by field coherency, correct? Okay, so why am I not really, I'm not seeing anything at all. Ignore this circle. This is actually a burn-in mark from a ring magnet, so you can ignore that. Why am I not seeing anything here? Remember that the magnetic fields are feeding themselves. Right now, I basically have a miniature Hallback array where each magnetic field is feeding directly into the other. So I can take these same 4, remember, magnetic field geometry, so I can take these same 4 magnetic balls and take them apart and put them in a straight line. Okay, so where they're not feeding each other, 1 goes into 2, goes into 3,
So let me just explain what you're seeing, this yellow screen. This is called a supercell, or a magnetic viewing film. It's very, very special, and this particular supercell is a new invention, and Ken Wheeler has just had it for a week, and now he's showing the magnificent energy of magnetism via magnets. So this is a very important video.
Goes into 4, and number 4 goes back into 1 again, right? So now they're just aligning themselves to the Earth's magnetic field. So now those are the same 4 magnetic balls, but they're spread out. You've never seen that in a video.
Please notice the spider shape of this magnet. You see all the lines, the magnetic lines. It looks very much like a centipede or a spider. And I will show you some of the Lima Nazca lines, and you see the big spider. It's absolutely a replica of this. And pay attention to all the animals you see from now on.
Before? Yeah. Did I explain that clearly? Field incommensurability. Field incommensurability. This light doesn't want to turn. It wants to slip on this super slick glass plate and go, I don't want to go that way. I'm going to go the way the Earth's magnetic polarity is telling me to point. I don't want to go the way you want me to point. Let's grab some other magnets, okay? Now, what should we do next? A really pretty one is a broken ring magnet. Right, because these break pretty easy. I haven't got many of these left. I've only actually got 3 of these left, but I got plenty of broken pieces left. So let's scoop Mr. Broken out here. There we go. There's Mr. Broken ring magnet. So remember, the magnetic field is a torus. A ring magnet is a torus by definition, so the actual shape of a ring magnet is the exact same shape as the magnetic field. But if we break that, then we're actually breaking the holographic incommensurability of the field. It's still a toroid. It doesn't matter whether it's actually shaped like the toroid or not. So now, since we have this missing section over here, the magnetic field is going, wait, it seeks its own pressure mediation. We actually see this at a low angle. And now you're thinking, why don't you point the damn camera at a low angle? Well, the reason I don't is because if I did that, you'd actually see all these LEDs and they blind you instead of seeing the field. That's why you have to own one of these instead of looking at it through camera video. How about that? Now, you see this? Now this is a broken ring magnet. What do you think the ring magnet looks like? Let me scoot this out of the way and grab the ring magnet. Where you at, ring baby? Here we are. Here we are. Let's just slowly scoot them out onto the ice. There we go.
Wow.
This is the first ever in the world 4K video of a supercell.
Oh.
You see the spirograph-like pattern here? Now, the magnet is exactly the same shape. Well, it's flat, but it's still a torus. Magnet is the same shape as the magnetic field. Remember, there's nothing feeding this. This is just, if you were to look at this at a deep angle, you actually see about 4 inches of holographic depth. Magnetoholography. Look.
Fascinating.
Gets better.
You see the spirograph right here? In the center, we actually have a hyperboloid formation, correct? Hyperboloid. What's the inverse of the hyperboloid?
Torus.
Hourglass-like shape patterns, hyperboloid. We have the torus. The negative image of a torus is a hyperboloid. The negative image of a torus, or a hyperboloid, is a torus. The negative image of a torus is a hyperboloid. The negative image of a hyperboloid is a torus. That's the conjugate nature of the universe. You're seeing it right here. Let's grab another magnet. What should we grab? Let's actually stick this underneath. Let me actually lift this up and scoot it underneath a little bit, and then bring it down. There we go. Now I'm just going to move the supercell around.
I'll just pause here for a minute, guys. See the little torus field here, and then there's
Yep.
the bigger torus field, okay? So what you can't see is the plane of inertia at the moment, but in the next one you will see. But this is the eye, the all-seeing eye. This is the only way the universe works, magnetism. This magnetic torus torsion field is the only way the universe works. Galaxies, atoms, human beings, solar systems, all do this.
You see, if I leave it in one place for a second, because it's so sensitive, it'll leave a burn. It's only a temporary burn, but it'll leave a burn in the, do you know that there's less, even on this giant supercell, there's less than 2 drops of ferrofluid. Of course, the other solution is something else, but we only have 3 drops of fluid.
How's my camera angle, guys?
Oh, it's
Oh, it's
perfect.
great. Yep.
Okay.
And a lot of that actually squished out in the formation of this. So we actually got about 2 drops of fluid covering this gigantic cell here. Let's go with another magnet. Let's go with a weird one that I made using, it wants to jump, always on me, likes to jump. Hold on, here we go.
Can you hear Ken's voice?
Jump on me.
Yep.
Yep. Clearly.
I'm putting tiny magnets inside of a ring magnet.
Oh.
Yeah, I have little 2 millimeter cubes inside here. What happens when you think I stick a polarizing filter over top of this? Huh? And twist the polarizing filter. I have to save that for another video, won't we? Okay, it goes there. Now let's talk about, I'm going to call this magnet Broken Beauty. It's a really tough one, really powerful magnet. Broken Beauty, a really thick ring magnet. That's the thickness of it there, but it's broken. So what happens? What do you think that'll look like? Let's slide her out onto the ice. Take a look. Here's Broken Beauty. Right there. That's a right Broken Beauty. Now, recognize the field pattern. It looks like an S, right? Pretty much. Let's arrange Broken Beauty into a different pattern. Let's say, God, she's really tough too. Tough. Why am I calling a magnet a she? I need to get out of the house more, don't I?
Well, let me just pause there. I know why, because as you will learn through my presentation and all the presentations I've done on magnetism, that it is she. The he of the eternal conjugate co-eternal couple is dielectricity, which would be God, Krishna, and magnetism would be the goddess Radharani. And of course, the third principle is electricity, which is the child, the only begotten child of the 2 field modalities. So he's correct when he calls magnets she. Its force and motion is a she energy. It's not masculine.
There we go. Now we got a different. Magnetism finds its own pressure. Now we have a completely different formation. You're looking at the heart of the most fundamental field in the universe. The only true field actually is magnetism. Everything else is a field modality or an anti-field. Anti-field towards counter space, which would be an erasure of space. Magnetism is, by definition, space and magnitude. Space is not a thing in of itself. Space has no properties.
Now, let me just stop there. He said there's three things going on. The field, magnetism. The anti-field, dielectricity, which we've already mentioned. And electricity is a field modality. Okay, so those are the three, the Holy Trinity.
Which is exactly what Nikola Tesla said, by the way. Let's take a look at this cylinder magnet.
Now, here's where it gets really cool.
So we'll roll it onto the ice.
Okay, so now what you're seeing, guys, here is the hyperboloid. What you have is a north pole and south pole of a magnet. Okay, so we're gonna see that there are no poles. There's just redshift, blue shift. One of these is redshift, and one is blue shift. Due to phase disparity, this is what all magnets do. So there's no such thing as north and south pole, but there is redshift and blue shift. And here, please pay attention. This in the middle here, this is the plane of inertia vertically. Sometimes he has it horizontally, but it doesn't matter. Now, pay attention to all the animals you see. Here you see a bird. Soon you will see a fish, and you will see all the zodiacal animals, and you will see how when the Bible says that God made all the seeds so that every race of beings will reproduce by its seed. These are the seeds. It's not talking about physical material seeds. It's speaking about the spiritual magnetic seeds of all things in existence. If you pay attention to the last 4 minutes, you will see all the animals. You will see ostriches. You will see chickens. You will see fish. You will see all the animals.
And this is weird. This is weird because my wife put a series of questions on paper that I have here, and one of the questions was, where does the animal sign of astrology come from? And you just answered it.
I'm going to answer that all today. Everything will be understood.
Fascinating, huh? If you look real closely, you see, now we have a bright line right here, which is a mirror of the centrifugal divergence. Then we have a dimmer, different color, orange. And then we have a dark line actually separating those two boundaries, then a lighter line, which actually looks like a bowl-shaped formation, which is exactly as it should look. And then we have the total absence of light, which is a mirror of the, see, the magnet is turning towards the Earth's magnetic lines. Let me turn it this way. Oops. Yeah. Oops, when something's on some really slick glass like this.
Now, guys, this plane of inertia is going horizontally now. You can see, okay? Now, this plane of inertia, it's very important that you understand what it is. In academic science, and mainstream conventional science, they call this the block wall, okay? The block wall. Ken Wheeler calls it the plane of inertia, okay? The dielectric plane of inertia. It's very important that you understand these two poles and this plane of inertia. They form a cross. Everything is a cross in nature. Everything. If you look at the word laminin, the smallest part of your body is called laminin. L-A-M-I-N-I-N. Google image laminin afterward, and you will see that your body, everything in your body is in the shape of a cross.
It wants to turn however it wants to turn. There we go. What do you think? Should we grab the little cube magnets next? Okay, let's do that. Place them down here. These are 2mm cubes. These are not very powerful. These are pretty damn weak. But the image will slowly appear. Actually, I can see it rather clearly. I'm just doing this slightly overexposed by about a stop so you can see it. Still not super clear. Didn't expect much out of 2mm cubes. Now we're going to use a 1/2" cube. This is the 1/2" cube underneath the supercell. And take a look. There's one of the poles. Obviously, you see how.
Now, see, he has the pole facing the underneath side of the ferro cell filled with ferrous liquid. And it's only 1 micron thick, by the way, and you get all of this holographic dimension. He reckons there's about 4 to 5 inches when you have it in your hands. You can't see this right now because it's on film, but what he's going to do is he's going to turn the magnet over and you will see the 2 poles. Okay, this is where it gets interesting.
The center looks like a bowl-shaped formation. You can actually see it. Now let's turn it on its side. There we go. Now do you see the phase shift? You see how this is dark orange and this is like bluish green?
Okay, you heard it. Now he's pointing out the phase shift. You can see the blue shift here. And you can see the red shift here. Obviously, red is close. Yeah, red is closer. If he moves the magnet over there, this will become red shift, and that will become blue shift. But see, this is the plane of inertia here. And now here are the 2 hyperboloid formations extrapolating outwards. But you see them flat, but really it's because of the film, but it's not flat, of course.
See the phase shift?
Notice the birds. Notice the fish.
Now you see the plane of inertia. You notice the bright line right at the center of it. A bright line forming right at the plane of inertia, like right there. Right here.
That's the plane of inertia, right there. The block wall, so called.
It's a straight line.
Yes.
Actually raising and lowering the cell.
There's the fish.
How much radius to turn.
Yeah.
So you can't turn the magnet.
All the animals are here, all of them. The lion, you can see the feline in a minute. The equine.
It's also hard to turn a cube.
The bovine, the ovine, they're all here.
Brush
These are all signs of the zodiac.
So let's place it on top.
The bovine is Taurus, the ovine is Aries, the other ovine is Capricorn, the equine is Sagittarius, the feline is Leo.
Just for last because it leaves little smudges on the glass.
There's your fish, Pisces. There's your birds. There's your emu, ostrich. All animals are here.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you can always drop a donation.
Okay.
Whatever makes you happy. I'm glad I could show you
Yeah.
as you requested. And
All right, guys. Now let's get into the meat of it all. What I want to do, before I go any further, reset my camera, of course, is I would like to show you a presentation that I'm developing called All is Atum. I've been promising to release this for the last 2 years. So it's now up to 450 pages, and it will totally remove any idea from people's minds that there never was a period in history when everything was syncretic and all philosophies were one, okay? In the Bible, where it talks about God confusing the languages at Babel, well, essentially that is a natural process of science disintegration through the ages, through the low ages, like the Kali Yuga, the Iron Age. Science disintegrates, okay? So this is why in the sacred books like the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, Quran, they have encoded this language of energy, which is God. What you've just seen is God. Please don't believe that all that magnetism you just saw is an unconscious energy field.
No.
Please don't do that. Please don't be so ignorant to miss the magic, M-A-G, in magnetism. Okay? Now,
Yeah.
Didn't think about that one ever. It was right
Didn't
there.
think about that one yet.
Even though it was right in my face.
Right in
Yeah.
the face.
All right, so what I need to do now is learn how to share my screen. So you need to see my PowerPoint presentation once I put this up, okay? Just confirm that you do when you do. Are you seeing it?
It's coming now, yeah. Looks like it.
Let me know when.
Nope.
No, nothing.
Okay, this usually happens. I'll tell you what, it's very, very annoying.
Yeah, technology is really annoying.
Oh, you'd think Google, they'd get their shit together by now, and so this could be
I know.
easily, you know. I've done hundreds of presentations, and I always get undone at this point here.
Yeah, you just make things complicating, really.
They do, deliberately, to frustrate us.
Oh, I got it now.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, I know
seen it.
so. They're demons. Can you see that?
I seen it for a brief moment.
Okay.
It popped up in the screen for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I need this to be full screen. That's why I'm trying to.
Whoop.
Yeah, it was something. It was just a black screen.
Okay. No, I really need to do this, so I'm going to be stuck here, guys. I have to work
not a great morning in Australia today.
Yeah, but someone posted a comment. I have to read it to you once while you do that. Someone said, Santos on the Truman Show this morning just got brighter and warmer. The sun actually just came out from behind the clouds too. Thank you, Krishna. So we see it now.
Yep.
Can you see my...
Yeah, we see it now. Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is really disappointing because it's only a small.
Yeah.
Can you see the words clearly then?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely clearly. Yep.
Okay. Well, look. In Sanskrit, Gaumata means mother cow. Okay. These are the cows of Krishna. Krishna is the good cowherd. Christ is the good shepherd. What are the cows? It's the Tauruses. It's nothing other than the Taurus fields. Okay. So matter equals Taurus field. Matter is backwards for atam, which is all is atum. The atma, the souls of creation. Okay, that's why Krishna is called the rancher. Why would God be called a rancher? Probably because he owns a ranch of Taurus fields, and it's the whole universe. Okay, so what we're looking at is the prima matra. The first material, the original prima matra is as light just beyond the ultraviolet end of the visible spectrum of the rainbow, and the forms of prima matra with us today as the visible colors of the rainbow. Gradients less in frequency, but all still light. So what we're dealing with is this, guys. You saw the black light. This is Krishna. Krishna is black. It's the original source of light. It is dielectric. Its element is ether. Masculine, it's the longitudinal scalar or standing wave. White light is magnetic. This is magnetism, folks. You see those interlacing hypertrochoid patterns? They were both black and white, yeah? When you look at all of Ken Wheeler's images, you'll see that they are black and white. Well, this is the co-eternal conjugate principles of inertia and acceleration, and force and motion, magnetism, force and motion. Okay, so here it is. White light is magnetic. The elements are fire and air, feminine, longitudinal wave, pulse, illumination.
Really quick. You say fire and air. I thought those are masculine. That's why I'm a little bit confused. I see feminine. You know.
Yeah. We have to discard with that. That kind of thinking for now. Okay, so
yeah, it's fine.
The reason being is because the black light is the ether, the field. Okay, we just heard Ken say that magnetism is the field. It's both true, but magnetism is you see there I've highlighted the word illumination. Yeah, because illumination is what God does. Light, dielectricity, is what God is. We're going to see that in a minute, okay? We're going to understand what I'm trying to say there.
And the black light, when you say the black light, does it have to do also with the black sun?
Yes, black holes, dark matter, dark energy, all of that hocus pocus is all source light, black light. Okay? So, illumination, it's the wave, it's what God does, whereas light is what God is. Okay, we're getting theological here, but you'll understand through my presentations that all science is theology and all theology is science. They are one and the same. Okay, then you have electricity, which is red and blue light. Okay, it is electric, androgynous. The elements are water and earth. It's the transverse wave. Now here, this is different. It's polarization. It's the kinetic energy of sensation and action. Okay, let's move on. So here you have the waters above, water, marine, maritime, Mary, the mother of heaven, Radharani. And then you have the matter, material, mother, Mary. Both elements, water and earth, bring you to Mary. And that's what Aquarius is all about, energy. Here is an astrolabe, and you'll notice that the middle plate is called a mater. Okay, matter, backwards for atom, all is atum. And that's the earth. The earth is a disk. This is the disk. These plates all distribute the energies of the cosmos, and the earth is a disk there. Here is the torus field. So the torus means a round swelling, protuberance, projecting part or cushion. Mag in Sanskrit means to move. Okay, and it shares the root with the word May, Maya, and Maya. That's May is the month of May, where Taurus rules. April is the month of Aries. So you have the ram and the bull. Okay, and both of those signs are in the top of the body, in the head. Now another rendition for mag is priest or magi, magic. The torus field, it gives us all these words: torsion, tree. You see the tree in the middle? That's the Yggdrasil tree of our planetary system. It's at the North Pole. It is a Tauri. 3 comes from this, because 3 is another way of saying tree, because a tree cannot be just a pole. It has to have three extensions to be a tree. Tetra, 4. Go.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, in essence, if they were to create a big supercell like box and you were to stand in it, you'd probably see your own torus field, wouldn't you?
Yes, you would. In fact,
Yeah.
Some people now who are synesthetic are able to see all of these energies we're looking at here just by glancing at someone. They are clairvoyant.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Now I don't have that, but I do have something similar, which is an intuition, and I can feel the health of the torus field surrounding anybody. The moment someone comes into my presence, I know whether they are sick and where they are sick, whether it's the liver, whether it's the stomach. I can feel it. I don't see it. I don't have to see it. I have a feeling of this. Tetra, truth. What is the truth? Well, it's the Torus, the Torah. This is why the Bible is the Torah, because it's the same word. 4, God of gods. It's a Torus field. Terra. Well, the disk of the earth is a terra, terrific. Tear. Tear comes from this. Taurus, torso. Same word. And we're going to learn about this bol word. It's hyperboloid, or the hourglass in the middle of the torus field. We're going to learn about this today. So pay attention to all of these words here. Here's the torus field. Here is, down the bottom here, you see the the solar system, this is what galaxies look like. All galaxies look like this. They all have a like an accretion disk flywheel type cloudy terra firma section, and then you have jets shooting out of the north and south pole, and all galaxies, quote unquote galaxies, I think they are universes, because there are millions of universes in the universe. So when I look at things like these galaxies, I see just solar systems elsewhere, and they're all flat. Our solar system is flat. The Milky Way galaxy is flat. So when you get people that stumble over flat Earth, well, you know, they're just they're not looking far enough, because everything is like this. Everything.
So you mean
Now,
that space exists? What? Space exists, or we can go to 4 billion miles away from here?
No. Not space as they teach us as a void. There is no void in the universe. Everything is interconnected. There are millions and myriads of universes. They are called universes in Bhagavad Gita. There are millions of Brahmas. Brahma is breathing universes all over the place, but there's no void or space. The only space that exists is inside of torus fields, because magnetism is temporo-spatial. She is time, she is space, and it's not a void, it is a non-void spatial place. It's quite simple. A lot of flat earthers and globulists are all getting confused about this one universe thing. There's not one universe. There's millions of universes. There's spiritual and material universes ad infinitum. This is one really, basic fundamental thing that we have to do to advance, to understand. See, churchgoers that are flat earthers, they like to say, oh, yes, well, see, this is the one and only universe that God ever made and is capable to make. Let's limit him to this one. And we are the center of it. That proves that there's a creator. All of this is kindergarten, childish stupidity. God is not limited to one universe. And yes, we are the center of our universe. Okay. We are. This is the center. There is a creator. There is an intelligent designer. And yes, this is a closed system. It's an egg-shaped universe of 10 spheres, and we are in the center of it. So here's the Greek word stavros, which means the cross. Everything is the cross. And you got, from Torus, you've got Stavros, Steve, Eve. It's all the same thing.
And that's weird, huh? The cross sign, like you say, the other day I was looking at the sun, I was gazing at the sun, and when you close your eyes and you reopen your eyes to the sun, you will see a cross.
Yeah,
everywhere.
Something similar, yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere is the cross. When you stand upright with your feet together and your arms outstretched horizontally, that is the T of the tomb of the anatomy of atoms that your biology consists of. It's an anatomy, an anatomb, from the womb to the tomb. Here is an electron. This is an electron, guys. See that cloudy field here? That's a torus field. In the center, you can see the inertial plane, the dielectric, not electric, because an electron is electric. The opposite of an electron is, or electric, is dielectricity, and that is the black counterspatial point in the middle. Here is a hydrogen atom. See the cloud? It's a torus field, guys. It's the same.
That's why when you put dielectric grease on something, you create like a space in between the two elements. That's what it is.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly, brother.
Yeah.
And it's not a block wall. It's an inertial plane.
Yeah.
It's where
you create a plane of inertia. Same thing when you put dielectric grease on your contactor or stuff like that.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. Here's another image by Australian researchers. They put Batman in the cloudy torus field of an electron. Very smart, aren't they? But not smart enough. Okay, so what do you see here? Can you see Ken Wheeler's images here? Can you see this? What does that look like?
Wow, look at that.
Do you know who this is, by the way? Who these Hindu images are of?
Is it Krishna? Isn't that supposed to be Krishna?
That's Krishna. His name, though, here is Jagannath. Krishna has many names. All names go back to Krishna, Christ. All of them. This is Jagannath, by which we get the word Juggernaut. Okay? You can see there is only one thing going on, folks, and that is magnetism, the spiritual energy of the universe. And here you'll see all the animals. Here's a fish. Look at this clearly. Here's an owl.
Yeah.
They're all here. These are the seeds that procreate and regenerate according to their seeds, as the scriptures say. Here's the New Zealand version.
So also the owl on the dollar bill could have a double meaning in that case.
Of course it does, brother. It's not evil. Most of your half-witted, half-cocked researchers will say, "Oh, that's the evil owl. There's demons and everything." No, these people are actually. There is enough truth and good masonry in all of those things to validate it as a natural system. Of course, there will be evil Freemasons who will corrupt it and take the negative meaning of it. But if you can't see both, well, then you're not looking at all.
Yeah.
Now, here are the Indians in India. They're carrying a big processional boat of Juggernaut. So that's where the English word comes from Krishna, Jagannath, from the temple of Puri. Okay?
Now that's why in Marvel, Juggernaut, he could break through everything just because he's a force, right? Just a magnetic force.
You said it, brother.
Yeah.
Let me show you something interesting. You want to have a look at something interesting? I'll just take a break from that right now and we'll go back to me. To ugly little old me. You want to see my umbrella?
Yeah, I've seen in your other videos.
There it is. There's Jagannath. Notice the 16, start from the top. 1. You'll see 16 petals. 2, 3. Go around, there's 16, okay? Why? Because Krishna is always blue. He's always playing a flute, making Torus fields, and he's always blue or black. Because
yeah, I was going to say, because you said black is like the source, so.
That's right.
Okay.
But see, when Krishna is blue, he is denoting electrical force. When he is black, he is denoting dielectric charge. Okay? Charge and discharge. That's all that's going on. Space, counter space. Okay. Now, so that's 16 petals. That's the blue chakra here. Blue is of the power of 16. Down the bottom of the torso, Torus, is the red chakra. It has 4 petals. This one has 4 times 4, 16. So blue light is more energized or has higher capacitance than red light. And in many modalities, blue light is more healing than red light. But depends. Sometimes it's red light that's healing and blue light that is dangerous, i.e. your lasers. Blue laser, very, very dangerous. Red laser, not so dangerous. Okay, you want to see my clock?
Wow.
That has 12 petals for the 12 hours. Why? Well, because that's the heart chakra, 12 petals. Green. That's Jagannath. Here is Jagannath, and here is Subhadra, Krishna and Radharani. And the third part is called Baladev. So you've got the trinity of Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baladev, which is Krishna, Radharani, and Balaram, or the Mother, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. The Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Dielectricity, magnetism, and electricity. Take your pick. The list goes on and on and on. There's Krishna's cows, man. It's Torus fields. It's nothing but Torus fields. Everything is.
That's why we say holy shit, the holy cow.
Yeah, holy cow, right.
The Lamb of God, Aries, the cerebrum, and the cerebellum, the cerebellum, the holy cow. And see, the ram and the bull is what causes your feet to ramble on, because Aries and Taurus direct the rest of the body. The feet obey the ram and the bull when they ramble on. But we're going to get to that in a minute. Okay, so let me share again. Gee, how did that happen? Need to pull that out.
I'm going to run to the bathroom while you sort that out real quick.
Yeah, no worries, man. This is all being recorded, so.
Sweet.
Yeah.
No big deal. I'm trying to be relaxed today because last time I was speeding so freaking fast, I made a mess of my last presentation, the one called All Is Atum and the number 26. I didn't even get to finish the 26 letters of the English alphabet and what they mean and how you place them around the circle.
And I saw you did many presentations too in Spanish or Italian. I don't know what was the language exactly. I think it's Spanish or Italian.
Both.
Huh?
Yeah, both, and Portuguese. I've got
Portuguese. Yeah.
Yep. And they are on my YouTube channel called Mr. Astrotheology, by the way, for all the new listeners. Here we see the hypertrochoid. There you go. It's here in the sunflower. It's everywhere. Here is Ken Wheeler's hyperboloid. Notice the bowl in the middle. We're going to get to that, guys. This is a very important word here. And then you see Stan Tenon's Tree of Life here. This is how he depicts the universe as an apple. And in the middle, you see the hyperboloid and the Yggdrasil Tori, the tree of Toruth, in the middle of the garden, and he puts a flat disc in the middle, an accretion disc, and that's exactly how a universe is. And he makes one of these things here. He puts his thumb in here and his forefingers around the top here, and as he moves them around, he shows you the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. I'll get to that too. That's Stan Tenon's work over here. Ken Wheeler over here to the left. Here it is, the hypertrochoid. Notice the flower of life. It's doing the same thing. And in the middle here, you see the 10 Sephiroth of the Kabbalistic 10 Sephiroth. And that is also the same thing as a Torus field. All this is Torus fields. Why? Why are all these plants and animals doing Torus fields? Because that's all there is. There's nothing else in existence. There's only one form, and the universe does this everywhere all the time.
Yeah, that's what the tree does. You know, the tree, when they grow, at one point, they do like a Torus field around.
They do, yes. You've noticed. Next time you look at a tree, open your eyes real clearly and see what's going on. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so what do we got here? We've got the spider. Can you see that? The Peru spider.
Yep.
Yeah, that's in Lima. Okay.
Yeah, the Nazca lines, I think it's called.
The Nazca lines. Yeah. See the centipede? These you just saw that. When you go back and view Ken Wheeler's video there, you will see this centipede. Here's the work of Frank Chester, showing how the Torus field works in the heart as the shape of a bell. Pay attention to see the red bell in the middle here? This is a 7-shaped, what he calls the Chesterhedron, the 7, the wonder of 7. This is a new polyhedra that Frank Chester has found, and it's in the shape of a bell, a bull. Pay attention, the bell is the bull, is the hyperboloid. There it is. These are the bull, the apples of Apollo, the apis. See the bull here? Another word for bull is apis because it's apple, Apollo. Arbor, tree, same root. Bel, Baal, Belus, the god of war, or Bel, the god of beauty. The one, the good, and the beautiful. The electrical world is beautiful. You see this word belly? That means war. because the hyperboloid and the torus makes war. It makes war in the universe by making matter. Here is the word clock comes from Glock, Glockenspiel in German. Glock and clock mean bell. This is why the clock and the bell are always together in the bell tower, because they are one and the same thing. The hyperboloid is the hyperbelloid. It's a bell. It's electricity. It's Baal, the god of beauty, bello.
That's why on every church you have always the clock and the bell, pretty much on every church.
Exactly, brother. Exactly.
Babylonian church.
So again, Taurus, tornado, torso, they're all the same word. See here, this apple, this is what a galaxy looks like, or a so-called a universe. When you look out there and scientists try to tell you that those are other galaxies, they don't understand that there's no such thing. That they are universes like this. Even when you look at Saturn and his rings, you'll see the shape of the cross. The rings are horizontal and the axis of Saturn will be vertical, just like our Earth is, just like our solar system is. They're all the same. Whether they are, because Saturn is just gas. It's just a sonoluminescent body. There's no terra firma there. Same with Jupiter. But the reason you can't see Jupiter's rings, which are much bigger than Saturn's, is because Saturn is the only planet, so-called, out there, that is actually in alignment. Its horizontal axis is perfectly perpendicular to its actual motion. Okay, that's why you can see his rings. Otherwise, you would see rings on every so-called planet. Here is a tornado. This is the Torus field, guys.
Tornado. Yeah.
I was gonna say really quick when you can you guys hear me? I'm not sure. Okay. You see some of these videos. They're someone with a Nikon camera, like the ones where they can zoom in really close, and then you see the stars, and they're very clearly just sonoluminescent. But what about the people that are using videos to zoom in on Saturn, like you were saying, and it looks like the phony images that NASA creates or whatever? But why how do they show you that's what it looks like if they're supposed to be sonoluminescent?
Well, yeah, because those rings, those are actually Saturn is materializing. Those planets above our heads, so-called planets, they are not material. They are spiritual. We only see a very, very small fragment of their true bodies.
Right.
The Taurus, see, the sun, the Earth has the biggest Taurus field. That is the mother of the system. The sun has the heart Taurus field in the body of this particular solar system, which is a god, which is a demigod, Brahma or Jehovah. And so the Taurus field of the sun, as it circles above the flat disk Earth, it drags the 5 planets with it. The moon is the twin of the sun. It's doing something similar but different to the sun. They are twins, the moon and the sun, okay? But the 5 planets, they have their gyroscopic, or what you could call, they have their epicycles of, spirographic orbits that follow the sun's vortex. They are following the sun's Taurus field. They are enveloped in the sun's Taurus field, okay? And they are spiritual beings. The sun is Michael, the archangel. Jupiter is Ariel. Mars is Samael. And so they are massive Taurus fields and bodies, but we cannot see them with our eyes. What we are seeing as the rings of Saturn now is we are starting to see the beginning of the materialization of that body, or it may even just stay like that. Depends on how our consciousness, if our consciousness grows, we will be able to see their true form one day. But because our sight is limited, we see what we call lights in the sky, Jupiter, Venus, and the materialist scientists tell you that they are terra firma, and you can go and land on them with your physical bodies.
And this is why we think there's a dark side of the moon.
Yeah. And so, and have a look at your thorax, guys. The shape of the thorax. Your whole body, the torus, thorax. See the thoracic spine? Okay. Okay, these are some of the words that come from Torus.
The thorax, man. Yeah, we call it the thorax. This is where it starts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And where does your body start? It starts in the uterus.
In the uterus. Oh, my God.
Yeah. In your mother's uterus. Uterus.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
So these are some of the words that come from Torus. Taurus, torso, Tora, tornado, torch, tort, torque, torpedo, torrent, torrid, torture, torment, torpid, torsion, tornado, turret, turn, truth,
Turbulence.
turbulence, turbine, tour, thaw, tord, terror, firma, terrible, terrific, terror, tyranny. There's a million other words. I mean, you get the point.
It's all there.
Yeah.
Dan, who is Adan or Adam, has DNA, and that's the DNA. Okay, that's the double helix. That's the helios. The sun does this. Everything does this, guys. Everything is DNA. Dan, Adan, donuts. See the word donut? Well, that's D-O-N. That's all is atom. That's an atomic word, because everything is donuts in the world. Here's a good one to read. I won't read it, but you can look at that later. Here's the transverse wave, and here is the longitudinal wave. We're going to learn about this, the difference between them. The Rodin coil. Let's see, where do I stop? There you go. Donuts. Okay, adon. Action. The word action comes from atum. The word motion is backward for atum. And here is the field. I don't like the look of that. That's too high up. Yeah, it's better, a bit more symmetrical. All right, let's see what else we've got here. All right, well, this is the first Godhead. You can see the prima matra here. This is the prima matra. So what you see here, this yin and yang here, this is exactly how the sun and the moon operate above the earth. This is basically looking down onto the round circular disc earth. Okay, and the black sun and the white sun, this is how much the sun illuminates. That tear drop look of the white portion of the yin, the yang, you can see that's the sun's light above the earth. The black little bit there, so let's make this bigger for now. So that black bit there, that's the sun, and this is the earth, and this is how much light the sun projects onto the earth, and this is the darkness. This is how it works all the time, guys. Like this, especially at the equinox, it's like this, perfectly balanced. But at the solstices of Capricorn and Cancer, this is distorted somewhat. But this is how it works. This is what they're showing you. Krishna and Radharani, the moon and the sun, respectively, are making these, projecting.
In perfect equilibrium, this is how it looks, the yin-yang, the moon and the sun.
On the equinox, that's exactly the shadow and the light that they cast onto the earth.
Oh, wow.
I've seen this. I've seen the delineator, the terminator of the sun when I was flying in 2002 from Perth to Melbourne, flying eastward. In front of us for 180 degrees was all pitch black, and the sun was setting behind us, and it was all daylight. And we looked out to the left and the right of the aeroplane, the jet, and we saw in front of us blackness and behind us pure daylight. I've seen this with my...
I've seen a video like of someone on a ship. You know, you've probably posted it, Santos, at some point maybe, but you know, it shows, you know, the angle. This is what you're saying. You see all darkness and then light behind you. It's like if the sun were really 5 billion miles away, I mean, like you said, it would just cut off all the light right away if it really went below the horizon, you know?
Yeah, but the sunlight wouldn't be localized too. Like it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
And it goes gradually. The light gradually disappears, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it's a funny thing, you know, where I live in Queensland, about halfway up the east coast of Australia, just at the south of the, just north of Brisbane by an hour, on the Sunshine Coast. And by the way, from the Sunshine Coast, I can see all the skyscrapers about 120 miles away of the Gold Coast. So it's definitely a flat Earth. There's no doubt about that. You'll never be able to see all of the Gold Coast skyscrapers. Some of them are in there 80 stories high. Australia's most famous surfing beach, the Gold Coast, and probably the second most famous beach in Australia, the Sunshine Coast, where I live. You can see, I can see all of Brisbane and all of Gold Coast from Mullaney, which has an elevation of 470 meters. But when you deduct the 470 meters, you still should not be able to see any of the Gold Coast whatsoever at all. Absolutely. Okay. So,
yeah.
So, when I speak to people in Melbourne, the sun sets here at about 6:30, right? At 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, they're still in broad daylight down in Melbourne. I talk to people from Melbourne, and when you look at this yin and yang, you'll understand how the black shadow comes across and brings darkness first to the northern part of Australia, and the southern part of Australia is still light two hours later. It's all here, guys. It's all here. So notice Radharani, she is white or golden, and Krishna in his original form is always black. This is the Black Madonna. This is Black Jesus. So all these black people who say, oh, Jesus was originally black, they're right. They are right. But it's also contemporaneously white, because they don't understand. They're not talking about a historical, factual Jesus who never existed. They're dealing in science.
Talking about the black light.
Yeah. So there's the prima materia.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how it works. Please, I won't spend any more time here. I'm going to go straight to my whiteboard. But here is the second trinity. Krishna is blue. And there's the yin and yang, which depicts electrical red and blue, okay? Red and blue are the red shift, blue shift, red pill, blue pill colors of creation.
Ah, the red pill, blue pill. That's where they come from.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Matrix.
Yeah, the blue pill is supposed to be soft and loving, as Krishna is blue, and the red is radiating the devil's color, and which is the harsh reality. So if you take the red pill, you're going to go down the harsh track. The blue will keep you all nice and cushioned and protected from the Matrix and learning about it.
So in essence, the system we live in is basically within that blue pill, you know, because like in the Matrix, takes the red pill, it goes deeper down the rabbit hole.
That's right, guys. It's all about red and blue. Please read this. Read this.
So that's why the police cars red and blue, all the Masonic color red and blue. Now it all makes sense to me. You know, you just
it's like a force, you know. You have to pull over, and you have no choice. It's just like it's a force, you know. It's like we can't get out of it because you know
that too.
I mean, you get pulled over. It's like you accept. Oh, okay, I'm getting pulled over. You know.
That's right, guys. That's right. Now have a look at this. What they're doing is they're softening you with the blue light. They're saying, relax, we're here to help you. And then the red light is urgency, emergency. So you've got soft blue, radiant red. So it's aggression and calm. This is what they're doing, okay? This is the polarity. This is why you have a red light district, you have a blue light district. This is why you have red hot water, blue cold water. This is why you have roses are red, violets are blue. This is why the Democrats, Republicans are red and Democrats are blue, and neither gives a shit about you. So it's all this polarity game. It's the electrical world of matter that they're thrusting in your face, because they don't want you to see the black and white world, which is underpinning the red and blue world of material, of matter. Red
keeps
blood,
you within
blue
this
blood.
system. It keeps you within that blue and the red and blue. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, when we leave our original home of transcendence and unconditionedness, we acquire a body, and that body is made of red blood and blue water. So it's red blood, blue blood, and it's matter is expressed by those 7 colors of the rainbow, which the rainbow is red shift, blue shift. Have a good look at the rainbow, and you'll see redshift, blueshift polarized right there in your face.
It's like they call it the red light district in Amsterdam, right?
That's right. Or blue light. In blue light, you know, they've also got a blue for naughty things like blue movies, right? Okay, so red is not. So you never ever crystallize any of these forms and these polarities. Remember to be versatile. What is one thing is also the other. Okay. So here we have water in its three states: gas, liquid, solid. Fire is also. Look at fire. It is fire, warmth, and light. All these things are separate, but never apart. Fire is always warm, and it always produces light. So if you're looking for Israel, just look at the Trinity here. Krishna is his consort, white light magnetism, Ra, and their child or brother or whatever, doesn't matter. It's all the same stuff, is Bel, electricity, okay? So this is the Trinity of Godhead, guys. Israel, it's ice. See here, Isis is ice. Ra is water. Rain, rain, water. And Elyon is water vapor. Okay, it's all this. All right, so I'm out of here, man. Now we're going to go to my, whoops, I better save that. Let's get out of here.
As I say, goes to show how deep you can go on one subject. There's just so much
to take
in.
Oh, guys.
You always learn a lot with Santos.
Guys, I need millions and millions of hours. I'm not doing any justice to. What the hell?
Oh yeah, going on? Yeah. Well, it's amazing how much you've done so far. You know, I think one time I was just like, the idea as above, so below. I typed it on YouTube, and boom, there you were.
Yeah. I think we all came across Santos into our research. It's impossible to go on YouTube and not come across Santos Bonacci if you look for truth. If you look, because you will start by astrology, by making sense of all that. And Santos was one of the first guy I've watched. I watched this video for years and years.
I just discovered. I discovered you. In 3 years now, but like as above, so below. I discovered it through that movie they made, As Above, So Below. They filmed in Paris. The all the like the ancient, not ancient city, but like below Paris, all the skulls that were buried. You know.
Yeah. See the crown chakra. You see what Ganesh is. Ganesh is the cerebrospinal system, guys. The two ears are the cerebrum, and the trunk is the spinal cord, which is 18 inches long, exactly half of a yard, 36, 18, 36, 360 degrees. That is science. See the crown chakra? The crown on his head, it's blue. Blue, because it's blue. All of this is blue shift, all the head. You've got indigo and violet chakras. That's blue. It's all blue shift. And red, hell is down. Okay? And that's all science. See that color blue? See the chakras there? Red at the bottom, red shift, blue shift at the top. Okay? Yep. That's what's going on. All right. Now, so I can see there's a bit of light there. Okay, so these are root words, guys. These are root words that you must get familiar with. Tor, as in Torus. And as I said before, uterus. The word truth, the word tree, the word three. This is the tav of the Hebrews. The tav. So you've got your axis there of your Yggdrasil tree. This is the plane of inertia, which is the Earth. Okay, you have 7 subterranean planets, hellish planets here, and you have 7 planets above us doing their orbits: Moon, Mercury, Venus, Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Okay, so this is terra firma. Torah. Firma. Around here you have the firmament. Firm Firmament, terra firma. See this plane of inertia? Planet, planet, Earth. Plane of inertia, planet, Earth. A planet is not a ball. It's not a Humpty Dumpty globe. It's not a Santa ball. It's a planet.
I mean, in a way, it's circular, but it's the flat plane, and then so in essence, it's kind of round, but the energy field it is.
Well, this is the problem. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, the Earth's round." Yeah, it is round. That's round. The Earth is round. It's circular. The Bible says
circular.
The Bible says that God dwells above the circle of the earth, not the sphere. It's not a spheroid. It's round. My round table, you see, when people stand here and they look out at the horizon, they see curvature of rotundity. They don't see any horizontal curvature dropping away. They see curvature this way because their eyes are round and their vision is round. That's why you look around. You don't look a square, you look around.
Yeah.
Because your vision has its limit, and its limit is round. And so is the round earth that we live on. So you will see curvature on a round earth. But it's not curvature like, it's not that kind of curvature. You don't see any of that kind of horizontal curvature. Because when you go up in a plane, you see the horizon always comes up to your eye level, no matter how high you go up.
And you should at least see some kind of curvature, but you don't. You really don't.
No, that's what they're seeing. They're seeing that curvature there, not that curvature there. But this is what you can't reason with materialists. They love their herd mentality, and because the demon worshipping cult of Santa Ball teaches that we live on a ball, the Jesuits have been teaching us this since Copernicus. They defend and stick with their upside down spinning ball because they're delusional. But that's not our problem. Our quest is to learn truth. We are servants of truth above all else. Truth is the first principle, previous and before all other principles. It is before good, it is before beauty, it is before love, it is before light. Truth is before every other virtue and principle, and we are servants of truth.
And guess what? That's what I was going to say. Guess what? We have a duty to carry it, so wake up.
Wakey, wakeys. Wakey,
wakey, people.
Couldn't be farther from the truth.
People.
Yeah.
Stavros, the cross that the Christ. Have a look at the laminin. You see the laminin in your body, which is the glue of your body, is in the shape of a cross because it's the Lamb of God. So this root word is very important, and so is atum. All is atum. They both have T's in it, okay? Why? Because T is the 20th letter of the alphabet in English and the 22nd last letter in Hebrew. 2 and 2 make 4. 2, that reduces down to 2. This reduces down to 4. These are the two supercharged numbers of polarity. That's why the T, the tomb, the anatomy, is the symbol of the cross that we must all bear. And the Christ was crucified on the Stavros, because we all are. If you want to materialize and partake in the phenomenal world, nominal, noumenal, mind, matter, if you want to be phenomenal and exist in the temporospatial wave, transverse wave world, you will perish in that world. You have to bear that cross. Everything is a cross in the material world. The cross is the most sacred symbol in the universe, bar none. Bar none. Here's another word, abra.
So that's why they use it that much.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yep. That's right. Here is the word abra, which gives you Brahma, Abraham, Abraxas, abrasion, abra.
Abracadabra.
Abra la puerta in Spanish, open. This means to open.
Yeah.
Which is similar to the hyperboloid, which is this hourglass in the middle here. That bowl from the Greek word hyperbole, means to throw. Okay, so abra means to open, and hyperbole, bole in Greek means to throw, to cast out, to turn, to twist, to throw. Okay?
Now, what about abracadabra in relevance to like the black light and magnetism? Like, how would that, like, it has to do with magic, abracadabra, magic, magnetism?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, well, it's exactly that. That's it. Abracadabra, open sesame, open. You see, where does the year begin? It begins on March the 21st in Aries, and that month is April. April. Abril in Spanish, abril, to open. Aprile in Italian, aprile, April, means if you take that L and you turn it into an R, because L and R are interchangeable, that word means aprire, open the door. Apre la porta, aprire, to open. Abril, abra, to open. This is opening, okay? Pia or pure, see, this is another root word. Pyramid, purge, purify, purgatory. This is another root word that is related to this. The lamb and the lamp. In Revelation, the book of Revelation, 21 and 23, it says that the lamb is the lamp that will light up the city of God. Okay? And this is the lamb, Aries. Aries is always here. Aries
So that's why Aladdin had the magic lamp. Là.
Yeah, Aladdin.
Aladdin, the genie guy. I saw that when I was young.
Of course, in English, Aladdin, but Aladdin.
Aladdin. Anyway,
Yeah,
I say it in French.
Thing. Yeah, exactly. I say things in French all the time.
Yeah. So does it have any special meaning into this? How do you?
Well, all is atum. Aladdin is nothing other than Adam. It's Aladdin, Adon, Adonis, Artemis, Diana. These are all atomic words. Dominus, the Lord.
Yep.
Domenica, Sunday, which is the sun is the Lord, hence the day. Sunday is the day of the Lord. Dominus, dominate. Dennis. I said Artemis. These are all Aladdin. These are all Adam. Everything, all is atum. All words come from atum. This is why your language is etymology, yeah?
Etymology, yeah.
Atomology. That's atomology. When you study etymology, you're studying atoms because atum is a sound. You know, a drummer plays his tom-toms.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
Because the letter T is percussive. The M or the N, which are interchangeable, those are liquids. You can sustain those forever. The R is also, the R and the L, they are interchangeable. The L is liquid. They're both liquids, like the M, because you can sustain them. But you can't sustain a T or a D, which are interchangeable. It's percussive. That's why tom-tom. So the M, the R is called the rhotic lateral, and the M is called a liquid lateral. Sorry, the L, liquid. And the R is rhotic, which has to do with radiate and radarani. So it's lateral because you put the tongue in the same place for L and R. L, R, L, R. The tongue does not move. It's just under the palate, right? So, R, L, but one comes through the center And the R comes through the sides. It's lateral. It's a lateral liquid, but they are interchangeable. The L is the 12th letter, and the R is the 18th letter. 66666. And that's where you get your proton and your electron. Pro is the R, and the electron is the L. This is why you have the left and the right, the L and the R. It all comes to do with the numbers. Okay, we'll get to that in a minute because I'm jumping a bit far here. The other word is bull. Okay, so we're going to learn about the bull in here. And that's, bull is also belle or beautiful, because the Trinity of God is the one, the good, and the beautiful. The one, the good, and the beautiful. The beautiful is electricity, Baal. So Baal, see here, the false god Baal, because electricity is false, because the electrical world is phenomenal.
Okay, now, Santos, when you say, like I remember in one of your videos before, you mentioned, worship of the sun and how this could be, you got to be careful not to fall into that trap. Now, what do you mean to not fall into that trap of, worship of the sun and stuff? Because isn't that a good thing, to worship the sun? Because
of course, the sun is the savior, okay?
Right.
But we're not talking about, you see, the sun is threefold. There is a physical sun that our eyes see. There is the psychic soul of the sun, which we do not see. That soul is S-O-U-L as opposed to S-O-L. And then there is the spiritual sun. This is why Jesus said, if you see me, you have seen the Father. Because it's saying, if you've seen the sun with your eyes and you have spiritual vision, you will see the spiritual part of the sun as well. That is the sun that we worship, not the one that's the disc in the sky, which warms our bodies and vitalizes our souls. That one is the third step down sun. That is the material sun.
Okay.
And this is the one that the heliocentrists with their demon worship, they are sun worshippers in that sense, that they worship the sun in the material sense.
In the material sense. That's
Gotcha.
what I was going to say, yeah.
Okay, now that's clear now for me, yeah.
Clear enough for me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ra, I mean, the Persians, Mithra, Ra, they always said that there was three Mithras. There's the sun, then there's the sun behind the sun, then there's another sun behind that sun. The sun is a threefold being, same as the moon, same as you. You have a spirit, a soul, and a body, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if I respect your body, I'm doing an injustice to your spirit. I should love and adore your spirit and your soul before I look at your physical form and fall in love with it.
Right.
Okay. So the sun worshippers, the bad ones, they love the electrical sun. They get energy from it. They don't think of the sun behind the sun.
Right.
Because that's who we worship. We are true helio-Gnostics. We are true sun worshippers because we worship the true sun.
Yeah. So recognizing the God within each other, pretty much.
Yeah, well, we should be respecting our spiritual nature first. And your spiritual nature is your sun sign. So in my case, I'm Aries. In Yannick, it's Gemini. And what's yours?
Libra.
Okay, we're very compatible. You're opposite me.
Yeah.
And Gemini is 2 signs removed from Aries. So we are very compatible astrologically. But that's your spiritual sign. Your emotional sign, or your soul, your mental, and the moon rules the emotions and the mind. So that's a step down now. And so that is your moon sign. Mine is Pisces. My mind, my mentality is Piscean.
I believe mine's Sagittarius. I mean, from everything I try to research. Yeah.
And my emotions are Piscean as well. They flip-flop to from positive to negative. One fish is doubting.
Yeah.
So the mind.
I was gonna say I'm ascending Pisces. So that's like what you first see, right? And somebody, that's like how they act. It's pretty much what you're seeing first.
Yes, my ascending sign is Leo. So that's how my body acts. My body acts my outer personality is my ascendant, because the ascendant is the earth.
Right.
The ascendant is the sign that is rising in the east when you are born. And so that gives you, that is where the earth comes into your body. So my body, if you look carefully at my features, you will see the feline, Leo features.
Yeah.
But then if you look deeper again, you will see the Aryan spiritual nature. Okay, so there's a lot to look at in this beautiful science. So,
oh yeah. Now, really quick, Santos, just before like you get, I don't want to take too much of your time there, but when I had mentioned, this has always stuck with me. You said when you look in the mirror and you see the opposite, like, so I look in the mirror and then you'd say, like, I see Aries. What do you mean by that when you look at yourself in the mirror and you see Aries? I mean, wouldn't I be seeing who I am? I mean, I'm Libra or.
Here is Aries.
Yeah.
Here is Libra. Aries is always here at the start. The ram is always at the 30. This is 360-degree circle. Aries is here, the ram. Here is Taurus. Taurus is here. And Aries is here. And here is Gemini. Okay? And so here is the Tropic of Cancer.
Yeah.
Here is the Tropic of Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Libra is here. So when an Aryan will see this is the opposite of Aries and this is the opposite of Libra. Same thing happens here. Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio. Okay, that's got a little bit of an arrow on it there. So
yeah.
Taurus, this is the cross quarter days. So that's the middle of spring here and the middle of the fall here. Same thing happens with Gemini. It's the opposite of Sagittarius.
Yeah.
They look at each other in the mirror. There's really only 6 signs along the ecliptic. The other 6 are mirrors. Okay.
But what do you mean by that exactly? When you look in the mirror, you see, like, I look in the mirror, I see Aries. Like, in what way am I seeing Aries?
No,
exactly.
no.
Oh, you just mean that just because they're opposite.
Yeah. So the Libran features mirror Aryan features. They mirror them. It's like if you're dancing and your teacher's doing that, well, you're going to be doing that as a Libra. It's just.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's like in a mirror. There are mirrors.
Saying.
I've stressed this in all my presentations. Very important to understand this. Very important. It's looking in the mirror. So one word is going this way. Atom backwards.
Yeah.
Motor. Oh yeah. Matter, mother, motion. Okay, so when you learn to look in the mirror, you will see this with the signs. So you'll have Cancer is the opposite of Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. Leo is opposite Aquarius.
Mm.
And Virgo is opposite Pisces. And so you'll see this relationship. Here is fire and air.
Mm-hmm.
These are the balancing signs. This is the spiritual horizontal axis.
Magnetic.
Yes. And here is the physical axis of the goat. This is the lamb. This is the goat, the sheep and the goats. Aries rules the equinox with Libra. Capricorn rules the solstice with Cancer. This is the cross. This is the priest. This is the king. The 10th sign and the first sign. 10 reduces down to 1. That's why the sheep and the goats. This is fire sign, spiritual. This is earth sign, physical. See, the goat expresses the opposite polarity of the spiritual Aries. The goat is man's 10. You see my hands?
Mm-hmm.
10 fingers, yeah? In the Hindu system, this is ether, fire, air, water, and earth. Your pinky, when you do this in a mudra, you are earthing. When you do this, you are getting emotional, water. When you do this, you are getting mental. This stimulates your mind, this mudra.
I got pulled over a long time ago. The cop had me do that. He had me, oh, please do this 3 times, you know?
Yep, okay. So, and this is fire. Okay, and this is ether. Okay, well, if you look at your Kabbalistic tree, okay, here is Ketha. And here is Malkuth, yeah? This is your heart chakra. So this is the beast in Revelation with 7 heads and 10 horns. You have 7 chakras and you have 10 Sephiroth in your body. Okay, so when you do your hands like that, the thumbs up, is ether. Here is earth, Malkuth, the pinky. Okay, so when we come from earth down below and we go up to the higher triad, see that the thumbs are making a triad, a trinity, which point up to Ketha. Well, Ketha is ether, which is an anagram for earth. Ketha, ether, earther. So you're climbing up the Sephiroth as you climb up your 7 chakras, and you're bursting those 10 Sephiroth. You're climbing, you're walking on the path. Okay, so this is all here in astrology, all of this science, because this circle goes right on top of here. We're going to show that in a minute. Okay, now before we go on though, I want to dwell on this. What we have here is a reciprocating processional hyperboloid torus. Thank you, Ken Wheeler. Now, let's spend a bit of time here, guys, because can you see my screen well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so reciprocating, what does that mean? Well, the torus field, you saw the black and white hypertrochoid lines. What's happening is you've got white lines going like this, going divergent, centrifugal, white light is divergent centrifugal. White light is magnetic. This is magnetism. Magnetism creates a temporospatial bubble from this 0 point of inertia. Now, this is going outward that way, okay? At the same time, you have convergent centripetal. Lines going inwards toward counter space. This, and so it's like field mechanics, fluid mechanics. Same word, actually. That was a good slip.
Right.
So what we're doing is field mechanics. But if you want to put water in a sink to study fluid mechanics, you just pull the plug out and you'll see a tornado. Yeah. It's field pressure mediation. The water is field pressure mediating. So that's what you've got. You've got divergent centrifugal magnetic lines of force, and you've got converging lines coming in, converging, to this zero plane, and they would be dielectric. And so these are the two co-eternal conjugate principles of the universe. Okay, now that's what reciprocating means. Okay, so they're reciprocating, field pressure mediating, interlacing. And so when I said before that this is the torus field of Terra, planet Earth, terra firma, the sun is here. That's the sun. Its vortex or torus field is also magnificent, but we can't see it. It's not firm. It doesn't have any firm bits to it. The sun produces all the firm stuff. The sun is the giver of the firmness, but it itself is not firm. It is spiritual. Okay?
Right.
So what's happening is all of these toruses, these 7 toruses, they are caught within the main torus field of the Earth's. And so precessional, all toruses precess. It's called gyromagnetic retardation. Gyromagnetic, I should put that in spelling. Gyromagnetic retardation. So what it means is, not only are the lines going like this and reciprocating on one dimension, but they're also turning. The torus field turns. It precesses.
Right.
And in our universe, the time it amounts, the time it requires to precess is 24,000 years. That's the true corrected figure. The uncorrected figure is 25,920 years for precession. And that is a built-in mechanism of all energy, precession. Okay? Hyperboloid. What does that mean? Well, in Greek, if you put an H here, you can see H-Y-P-E-R. Hyper, boli, B-O-L, that's an L in Greek, and that's an I, or E. It's actually eta, which is an E. So we would say hyperbole. We'll get to that in a minute, okay? Now, bol, hyper means excessive, and bol means to be ballistic. What's a ballistic missile?
Isn't it where they put you in a hyperbolic chamber to bring back to your normal state once you know?
Yeah, brother. Now we're starting to get now we're starting to get how important the hyperboloid is.
Yeah.
So,
I like that. I'm hyper myself, so.
Oh, not just you.
excessive thrust. Ballistic. Bol. Bol in French means fraud, deceit. Why? Because when you talk bull, that's the same thing as a hyperbole. That's the same word. What's a hyperbole?
Hyperbole? Hyperbole, une hyperbole, c'est quoi en français? C'est la même affaire en français. It's the same word in French, hyperbole.
Exactement. It means excessive. It's an exaggeration.
Yeah, it's an exaggeration, exactly.
Yeah. Excessive.
Hyperbole, right, yeah.
Hyperbole is an excessive thrust out of the mouth. So you are talking hyperbull. When I say to you, I've said to you 3 times, don't touch the chocolate. And then I'll turn around and say, I told you 1,000 times not to touch the chocolate. That's a hyperbole. That's one of these.
Yeah.
It's an excessive thrust. That's why you talk bullshit.
Bullshit. I was going to say that.
Oh.
Exactly. Because, you've heard that many times. Oh, that guy's talking bull. Because that's what talk is. It's a hyperbull.
Well, there's a lot of bullshit out there, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, the pseudoscientists are having their upside-down spinning day, but not for long. Pretty soon, they'll realize that they'll have to do all of their seed wasting in a vertical position on a horizontal plane, as they've always been. So the other thing that comes from bol is bellus, which is war. Yeah, because these are making war. Bellicose, warmonger. Baal comes from bello. Bella. Bella is feminine. Bello is masculine. So when you see a beautiful woman, che bella.
Qu'elle est belle.
Très belle. Oh,
Elle est
French.
très belle.
Elle est très belle.
Yeah. Les petits fesses.
Yeah.
Is that right in French?
Yeah, beau, belle. Beau, no X if it's only one.
Okay. Il est beau.
Yeah.
Elle est belle. Elle est très belle.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Spanish, bella, 2 L's. This is Baal, guys. It's the same as Baal, right? Now, think about it. Have you ever seen this word before? You see, you get your Christians who say, oh, Baal's the false god. He's a demon. Okay.
Oh, man.
Remember Christopher Columbus? What was his name?
Christopher.
Colombo? Christophe Colombo.
Cristobal.
Oh,
Cristobal.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
his
I
name
know
in
that.
Spanish. Cristobal. Yeah, Cristobal Colon. In Spanish, his name is Cristobal Colon. Cristobal. Christ and Baal. It's the same thing. Because
Wow.
Christ is the dielectric and Baal is the electric. This is why Baal always gets the bad rap.
Yeah. You're on bail, you know?
Yes, exactly.
That's why you're on bail. Exact.
Bailing out.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You get bailed out. Well, that's the same word as bello, bellicose, hyperbole, to talk bull, Baal, because Baal is the god of electricity. It's temporal. It's not bad. It's just temporal. Why would we be so impressed with the temporal world when we are atemporal by nature? Okay, so, and here's another word that comes from that, bowl. Have a close look at the bowl. There you go, bowl. Can you see the bowl?
Yeah.
Bowl. Blossom. To blow. Blow.
And blossom, you know? Torus.
Yeah.
So come, you know.
Blow. Just change the words around, okay?
Change. Yeah.
It's all bowl. Everything. It's all bull. It's all the golden calves of Krishna. Remember, Aaron turned the gold into a bull, a golden bull. These are the golden bulls because they are golden eggs. All right. So what we have, this is the whole point of why I'm doing this. We have to understand how to describe conscious energy. It's like this: reciprocating, processional, hyperboloid, torus. This is the torus, tor. Reciprocating and processing, tor. The tori, the Yggdrasil tori of Toruth, Toruth. And here, the hourglass is the bowl. The cows and the bulls. And all the world is made by cows and bulls. Krishna's cows and Christ's little sheep, of course, because Aries is the first sign. This is Aries, this is Taurus, this is Gemini, this is Cancer, Tropic of Cancer. Cancer's always above, where blue shift happens. I'll explain this in a minute. I'm going to show how astrology works on the flat Earth and how the analema works on the flat Earth. Okay, so we're going to show that there's only one model. It can only be like this.
Yeah, there's one thing I would like you to, maybe it's relating to that, but the deck of cards, okay, the deck of cards, there's the king, the queen in there. How does this, the spades and the
Man,
square, and all those, this relate to the reality. The deck of cards. We all play cards.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too, actually.
Well,
why is it there? Like, why is there's those cards all over
I've
the
always
world?
wanted to know exactly what,
Yeah.
you know, spades, hearts,
Yeah.
you know, all that actually meant, you know.
well, again, the Torah, the tarot, or the rota.
Oh,
They're
tarot
the
cards.
rota, because it's all rotating. All energy is rotating. There's three kinds of energy: direct, longitudinal, the wave, waving, undulating, that's spiraling, and then there's the electrical energy, which is rotating. There's three kinds of motion: direct, spiraling, rotating. Okay, so there's the deck, the normal deck. Half of that is what? 26?
Yeah.
Iron. Iron is 26 on the periodic table. Aleph, 26. Yod, Yod, Vav, 26. Jehovah. Yod, He, Vah, He, 26. El, which is a lamed. That's a lamed. The letter L in Hebrew, that's Aleph. 1, that's also a 1. Okay, first letter, Aleph. 1, 12 equals 13. Half of 26. Okay, so if you put a cross here, you have the symbol of Saturn. You see who L is?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's Saturn. That's Lamed. That's Saturn.
And
That's
12,
Saturn.
12 is like, you know, the king, the 12th card, and that's like Saturn, right? I mean, I think 12 is considered to be that. I'm not too sure.
Yes. God. Generation, operation, dissolution. That's what God means. G is 7. O is 15. D is 4. 26. 7 plus 15 plus 4 is 26. Jehovah, God, Iron, Aleph, L, 13. See, that's the magic number. 13 and 12 are the magic numbers, okay? So, what you've got here is a system of 12, or root 12 and root 13. So, 2 13s make 26, 2 26s make 52. That is the standard deck. The tarot deck has 78 cards. Why? One plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 gives you 78. 1 through 6 gives you 21. These are the trump cards. So 1 to 6, 21. Trump cards. Here is the major. This is the minor and the major arcana together. 79 is the number for what?
AU. Oh, damn.
Gold.
Oh, I was going to say bronze. Yeah, gold.
Gold.
Yeah.
So when you finish in Pisces here, when you're in Pisces and you go to Aries where the sun exalts in Aries, that's where the 79th comes in, gold. The sun exalts here. Right, so let's see how the whole system works, shall we? Oh, by the way, one more word I forgot. Bol in French, in Proto-Germanic and in Dutch means tree trunk.
Yeah.
Bol, and that's the Yggdrasil Tauri of the Taurus and of the torso of Thor, Jupiter, Zeus, god of gods. Okay, let's move on. This is where it gets really, really good, guys. Especially for people like you with open minds.
Oh, it's amazing
was
so
already
far,
great.
Santos. What you're presenting tonight is amazing, awesome. Seriously, it's on the. Everybody in the chat is freaking out too, and there's like 50-something viewers live, so it's very good.
Great. Okay, so there's the plane of inertia, the planet Earth. and the sun, so in the middle of this is the North Pole here, this is the South Pole, okay? So the sun is making big circles when it goes, small circles when it goes up to Cancer. This line here is the equator, and this line here is the tropic. Oh, I should have done that smaller. All right, and then and Capricorn is the biggest. So here's the Tropic of Cancer, and that's why when the sun is here, this is why Europe and India and all those people who are past, this is the equator here. Let's put the equator here. So there's the equator, there's the Tropic of Cancer, and here is the Tropic of Capricorn here. Okay, so what the sun is doing is this yearly: Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Aries, Cancer, Libra. It's doing a vortex, and so when it gets to here, that's compression. Yeah, of course it is. Here has to be radiation. Red radiation. At Antarctica, where there is no life at all, it's redshift, harmful. At the Tropic of Cancer, all the way up, even past Europe, you can go up to the 81st latitude, parallel, and there's plants and animals living because it's blue shift. Aurora Borealis, what color? Blue, green, purple. Yeah?
Yeah.
Green, blue, purple. At the center of the earth, there is health. It's the Garden of Eden. Outside of the Garden of Eden is suffering below the tropics of Cancer. Capricorn.
What's also considered that middle part, Agartha. I've seen that.
This is Agartha here.
Right.
This is Mount Meru. This is Mount Meru. Mount Moriah. By the way, the Japanese also recognize Moriah in their culture, Mount Moriah. Why? Because there is only one religion, there is only one language, there is only one science, and this is it. So why is it that you can't
But they try to confuse us with many languages also, so we get confused and lost in the science.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. That's because they are confused. They are Aristotelian. They are not Platonic or Pythagorean. The Pythagoreans taught that everything starts syncretically and is then divided, whereas Aristotle taught that everything is divided and then has to be brought together. Into syncretism.
Yeah.
Why? Because Aristotle was a materialist, just like Newton, Einstein, Copernicus, Kepler, Galileo Galilei, and all the bullshit artists who gave you hyperbole, bullshit. By the way, parable is another word. I just thought of that.
I was going to say it before parabole.
Parabole.
Yeah.
Why, Lord, do you speak in parables? So that the fools don't understand. It is not given them to understand the secrets of the kingdom. Bull. If you're talking bull, you're talking in parables or hyperboles. Okay, you cannot go past the 55th latitude, or parallel, I should say, in the southern hemisphere. You can't. There's no life. Captain Cook said 200 years ago, I went past the 55th latitude and there is not a shrub to make a toothpick. Okay, so what we have here, though, is the analemma. Lamb. Remember the laminin, huh? Please look at that. It's a little cross like this. It's gyroscopes. Everything is gyroscopes. Accretion disk, plane of inertia, spiritual plane, axis of spinning. And everything's doing that. And nothing is not doing that.
Now the analemma, what you see on an actual globe, like a plastic globe, you see that analemma on there, right? Is that what that is? That kind of looks like a cross, but it's just like the design of it. It's like the infinity sign.
It is. It is. Let's do that now. So on the disc from above, the Earth is like this. This is the South Pole, what we call the South Pole, where redshift is happening. Redshift is below the Earth and at the outer rim of the Earth. This is redshift.
Like a
no
speaker.
doubt about it. And
like
Ken Wheeler, hey?
Huh? Like a speaker. Like a speaker. The South Pole is all around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the South Pole. This is the North Pole, blue shift. The blue aurora borealises, because compression is happening here. Remember, if we do this like that, we've got Tropic of Cancer, equator, Tropic of Capricorn, and the sun is compressing, rarefying, contracting, expanding, contracting, expanding, compressing, rarefying. Please understand this, because
So
this is how. So here
so
is
that's why we see. That's why we see it bigger when it sets on the horizon.
Well, that's due to atmospheric lensing and refraction.
Yeah.
It's the water molecules that lens that make the sun look bigger when it's
lower on the horizon.
Lower, but it always disappears. It always disappears in the vanishing point. There's always.
Yeah.
You look down a flat, level, horizontal corridor, and it's full of light. Eventually, that light will block out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how long the corridor is.
Yeah.
Your vision, your perspective, cannot see past that point.
I mean, people forget how small we really are, and then seeing the Earth, and I mean, there's no way we'd be able to see it perfectly, like, you know, being on the ground and it being so high up, you know.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
Our perspective.
And also, I've had people tell me, you know, if I said, okay, well, you can see the North Star in northern hemisphere, and then the southern hemisphere you can't. But I think it's just due to how big the sky, how much bigger the sky is than our perspective to be able to see the entire thing, so that we don't actually see the North Star all the time, because we only see sections of space because of how big it is, you know.
That's right. That's right.
So we're only seeing a small chunk, even though it's all around us. We're only seeing a small chunk of it, you know.
It's like this. So if you're looking down a corridor like this, and there's lights all the way down that tunnel, the horizon is always there, isn't it? No matter you go up 40,000 feet in a plane, and you just look straight level with your eyes, and you'll see the horizon coming up. Okay, so there's no falling away. Why? Well, because everything's flat. Simple. So,
You would see some kind of curvature if you're that high up. You got to see some kind of, you know.
You see curvature of rotundity, not sphericity. You will not see the sphere ever. Period. Period.
Oh, I love seeing the sphere on NASA Live there when they posted a live video of them. You know, it's like they show. It's just you know,
cartoons on steroids. Cartoons on steroids.
Like, they're all underwater. Like they show you, they're just, you know, it's just like, it's so much money put into it, like this. You know, just Hollywood. All the money just goes to that.
Cartoons on steroids. Danny Wilton will have a field day with that. Danny Wilton is the master of CGI cartoons. Absolutely devoted his whole life to cartoons. So if you want to learn about that, So
right.
So if the sun is here, we see the sun setting. Okay, so because when the sun is here, it's above our heads. You know, you're standing here, right? At this point, the sun is right above you, and so you're looking like this, and there's the sun. But as the sun goes down the corridor, it tends to go down. It goes down. It's just the same as if these were electrical power lines. Well, then, as you look down the road, you know they're all the same height, but from your perspective, this power line, this electrical power line, is lower than that one. But it's not. They're all the same height. You see the street lights are the same as that too. So if you're standing here, now, as the sun goes down the corridor, he's not actually going down, setting down, he's setting away. So when the sun's here now, it's lower than there. And when the sun's here, it's lower than there. And then when it gets to here, the sun, it will vanish in the horizon. It has to, because that is perspective. That's nature. But see, boltards who are upside down spinning, they don't want to use their reason, and they don't want to use their intuition and all of their faculties. They want to stay with the herd mentality.
Yeah.
So the analema is this.
Yeah, that's right.
So the center point of the analema, so you can put it here like this too.
It is cut off a little bit from the top there.
Oh, sorry, I've done that wrong. It's a bit narrower here. So it's like that, and then it's wide here. So you see, this is the equator. This is Cancer. This is, and this is Capricorn. No, sorry, that's Capricorn.
The opposite, yeah. I was going to tell you the opposite.
And this is Cancer, okay? So this is the path of the sun, and it's the same as the Mobius strip, which goes like this, the figure 8, the lemniscate.
So that's where the number 8 is very, very divine, also in the infinity sign and all that. There's that thing you're explaining, Analema?
Analema.
Analema.
Analemma. Okay. So this is how it works. This is the equator. So this is Aries here. Aries is all the way up to here. Aries goes through that crossing. That crossing happens on the 15th of April. On the way up, on the way down, 29th of August. Pay attention. This is a big lesson here. Okay, just pay attention. So the analema, this is the 21st of September, March, the equinox. As the sun goes up to here, where Taurus is here, it crosses there on the 15th of April. That's the birthday of Sri Rama, Krishna, the Ram of God, the Ram, the Lamb of God. Right there at the crossing of the figure 8. The crossing of the figure 8 happens 8 degrees above the equator. 8 degrees, 8.5 actually to be exact. 8.5 degrees, this point here, that point there happens at 8.5 degrees above the equator. This is spectacular, guys. Spectacular. Now, so the 15th of April on the way up in Aries, the Ram of God, is the birthday of Sri Rama, and many other great celebrations happen in Aries. All the celebrations happen in Aries. Easter, lots of them. Now, so the sun goes up to here to the 21st of June. At the summer solstice. This is the summer solstice. Here. 3 days later, on the 24th, you got the birthday of St. John the Baptist. Le Baptiste. Now, directly opposite that birthday is the 25th of December, which is the birthday of who?
Jesus. Yeah, Jesus.
Okay. So, John the Baptist was John the Baptist was 6 months older than Jesus, and John the Baptist said, pointing to Jesus, he will go on increasing and I will go on decreasing. Yeah, because when the sun hits the Tropic of June, it has to wane for 6 months. Wane all the way down to Jesus' birthday at Capricorn, the goat, and then the sun waxes. Right. Now, here's the kicker. 29th of August is what? It is the birthday, it is the festival of the beheading of St. John the Baptist. Would that look like St. John's head? His birthday is here on the 24th, pinned to the solstice. His birthday is here. And he gets his head chopped off on the 29th of August here. And then Jesus is born here at the solstice. And then at this crossing of the figure 8, Sri Rama is born and Jesus gets resurrected in Easter at the same time. The 15th of April is the date where Easter happens more than any other date in history. Just look it up. You'll see that Easter occurs always around the 15th of April.
I'm a bit confused here, Santos. Why exactly are you putting the 25th of December on the Tropic of Cancer and the opposite, the other one on the Tropic of Capricorn, the 21st of June? I'm a bit confused. Shouldn't it be the opposite?
Yeah, let's do this again.
Like turn your 8 around?
Yep, upside down. Let's do it again.
Okay. Because I was confused. I was like, why is the... So it should be, yeah.
Yeah, so was I. It's just, I'm just tired. But
it's okay. You have a lot of things in your head. I understand, but I seen it. I'm like, yeah.
Good on you. Thank you. I noticed that I was losing you, so I figured I did something wrong.
No, but you see that's the proof for paying attention.
Yeah, right. I mean, either way, like if you flip it, it still works pretty much all the same.
The mistake I made was I put the analemma above. I should have put it below. Okay, yeah. I'll fix that. So this is the North Pole, blue shift, compression. We saw how the sun compresses. And this is Antarctica.
That's where the astrolight come from too. Probably the northern lights from the middle, eh? Like yes. My bro Quasi-Luminous says.
Yes. Yeah. Because blue shift compression is at Cancer. Cancer is a healing sign. Cancer is healing. Cancer, Capricorn. Let's do this properly, huh? Okay, equator. Right, so this is the solstice of summer. This is the solstice of winter. Okay, on the 25th here of December, 3 days after the 21st, which is the solstice, this is Jesus' birthday. Okay. Over here on the 24th, which is exactly the opposite day, exactly, of June, is St. John the Baptist's birthday.
Yeah, here in Quebec, we celebrate the birthday of Quebec is on the Saint Jean Baptiste, the 24th of June, is the big national holiday in Quebec.
Yeah.
They all freak out and they go crazy and drink beer and get drunk and celebrate. They have no reason why they do this, first of all.
Not any different than here.
They've got no idea, man. But there's only one way to find out why all the festivals are celebrated. You have to do the ecliptic. If you don't do the ecliptic, you'll never understand anything. It's all here. Everything comes from this pool of wisdom. So here is the 15th of April, which is Sri Rama's birthday, going up in Aries. That's all Aries from there to there. And on the way back, it's the 29th of August in Virgo. Remember when Herod danced for his little virgin girl, the little virgin girl, she danced for Herod. Herod means hero, which means the sun, the hero of the sun. So here's the little virgin in Virgo on the 29th of August, dancing for Herod. Herod says, oh, that was a beautiful dance. I'll give you anything up to half of my kingdom. So she goes to a mother who was a whore, and the mother who was a whore said, well, ask for the head of John the Baptist. I hate his preaching. He's preaching against our illegitimate, adulterous marriage. So the virgin goes up to Herod and says, I want the head of John the Baptist on a platter on the 29th of August, right there. So that's the analemma. Here's the equator. This is 8.5 degrees above. On the way up in Aries, you've got the birthday of the Ram, the Lamb of God. Here you have the birthday of St. John. Here is the beheading of St. John on the way down. And here is the birthday of... You see what's going on, guys?
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on a minute. I'll show you something. You can talk.
So much to take in.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
no, it's
it's like-
always very informative and informative. That's the case.
Yeah, I know, it's all in the words. Like, I just notice it more and more now that, like, when I'm out and wherever I'm at,
Yeah.
just you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Like the Dodge Ram, you know.
It's all in our face. It's all in
Yeah,
our face.
yeah.
So that's what we were saying before coming on the show. It's,
Yeah.
Hey, see the little lamb?
yeah.
You see John the Baptist, and you see no, sorry, that's actually Jesus. This is Mary, and that's who? Her mother, Anne. Anne? Well, that's another word. The year. The Yaran.
Un an.
Proto.
Un an.
Proto. Hein?
En français, on dit un an. Une année. Un an.
Yeah.
Un
Année.
Un an.
Right. And in
Yeah.
Italian, anno. Annual. Annual. Because the ecliptic of the sun,
Oh.
from Aries to Cancer to Libra to Capricorn, this is the Yaram, which is another way of saying Jar Ram. The 23rd.
I like that one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The 23rd Psalm, my Lord is the shepherd. It's called, guess what? Jah-Ram.
Yeah.
Jehovah the Ram. It says it's called just like that, Jah-Ram. Okay? Now, so this is what they're encoding. They're encoding the Anna Lima. The Anna Lima. And the Lamb. And Saint Anne and Saint Mary. It's all here. So what I want to finish with, if I can.
Yeah,
is-
before we show you, before we go with our question, I have a few questions for you.
Great. I'll just finish
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah,
Astrology. You have half-witted, half-cocked false prophets who call themselves astrologers who are actually teaching all kinds of bullshit. For instance, bull. Remember the bull, huh? They teach, oh, the southern hemisphere is different to the northern hemisphere, so Aryans born in Australia should be Librans and Librans should be Aryans because it's opposite seasons. Okay, I'm gonna dismantle that in grand style. The other thing I'm going to dismantle is the people who say that tropical astrology is out of sync because of precession with the sidereal astrology. Okay, so they're saying, well, when I go to the computer and I look in an astrological an astronomical website to see where the sun is on the ecliptic, you're saying to me it's in Aquarius, but it shows clearly that it's in Capricorn because there's about 27 degrees of slippage. Remember gyromagnetic precession? Every torus field precesses. So when we look up at the sky, those stars, they are embedded in the torus field and they are precessing. So the sun's ecliptic and the precessing stars, they are out of sync and always will be. But that does not mean, so they say to you, oh, on March the 21st, here, that's not Aries, that's Pisces. Aries starts here now. Okay, so these are the two things that I'm going to smash forever, and I hope astrologers are out there listening because you don't want to be a false prophet. Those are the ones that are condemned in the Bible, where it says woe to the astrologers, like it says woe to the lawyers. It's not condemning law, it's condemning lawyers. And it's not condemning astrology, because the Bible is founded on astrology. That's why in Job 32 it says, can you tell the Mazzaroth? Because if you don't, you're a dipshit. That's what it's saying. That's God talking to Job in Job 32, I think it's 38. It says, can you tell forth the Mazzaroth, the zodiac? Can you or can't you? Because if you can't, you're an idiot. Because I made the zodiac, I made the ecliptic, the sun and the moon, and how they influence you. If you can't tell forth the Bible and don't condemn astrology, you can condemn astrologers, but not astrology. It's the science of God, astrologos, the word of the stars. Okay, so as for these astrologers who love to bullshit, I'll fix them up, rip them up a real good one. Aries can only influence north and south when it's here to here. Aries will never change on the analemma. It will never change on the tropical system. Arians born between the 21st of, people born between the 21st of March and 21st of April will always be Aryan. For the rest of eternity, they always have been, always are, and always will be. And that Aries energy compressing, this is now compressing. The sun is compressing to blue shift. Here is red shift. This compression factor is what's not happening in Libra when the sun is here in Libra. So that energy is dispersed unilaterally throughout the whole disk Earth. It matters not wherever you live on the Earth. If you are born here, you are Aryan. Aries will never be removed from there. Okay? So I know I'm speaking very emphatically here because I'm very zealous about the truth, and I can't stand seeing these morons making YouTube videos and writing books about, oh, Aryans are now Pisceans, and in the southern hemisphere they're Librans. What a crock of shit. Who are these dipshits? Where do they come from? These are the ones who have been condemned in the scriptures as the ones who are foretelling and using astrology as a pseudoscience. The elite have caused this to happen to our astrologers. Our astrologers have fallen, just like our lawyers have become liars. Rather than supporting the law, as Jesus says, woe to you lawyers, for you bind heavy burdens upon the meek, which you yourself do not care to bear 1 inch. The same with the astrologers teaching crap. Now, let me show you something. How do we know? How do we know that Aryans born between the 21st of March and 21st of April will always be Aryans, regardless of hemisphere, regardless of where they are and what they're doing? How do we know? Because we have the evidence. Just look at the Aryans. Here's a whole bunch of Aryans. Can you see the Aryan features? The fire in the eyes, the ram-like features. The ram. They walk like this, directional. They're not Librans. They're not Pisceans. Taurus, the Venus eyes. Look at the bulls. Big shoulders, big necks. The bull. Look at the Taurian.
And you mentioned the opposite sign is also going to carry a lot of the same features.
Yes, similar, but in the mirror.
Right.
Because Librans, because Aryans have got long heads like the ram. Librans have got round heads because it's balanced. My son's Libran. Whenever I get in a photo with my son, you see me with a head like the,
yeah,
long, and my son's head is about that round. He's Libran.
My father's an Aryan too, so
yeah.
Coincidence.
And you can see it. You can't mistake it. Look at the long heads. Look at the long faces.
Yeah.
Look at this Hugh Hefner. That's a typical ram, man. Look at these rams. You can't mistake it. Look at the Gemini. You see the skewed facial look. One eye goes that. They've got two faces. You see?
Yeah.
One eye goes.
I've always like that. Yeah.
Their faces are like And the same with Virgo.
Yeah, I'm like that too when I talk. You see, I'm always like that on one side or another. Yeah,
Huh. Yeah, because of the two, you know.
yeah. And my
Cancer.
smile is like that too. My smile is always on one side than another.
Hey, also now what?
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. March 21st is always Aries, always will be, never will change. Okay, go, mate. Sorry.
No, that's. I was just gonna ask. For me, it seems a little bit confusing sometimes when you think of Gemini. You know, like the two-sided kind of thing. And then what about Pisces? You know, you have the two-sided thing too, though. Like, how do you separate the two and, you know, explain that in a way? Because I mean, even for me, it's just like, I don't know, Libras are indecisive, so there's that two nature as well. I mean, how do you separate the Pisces, Gemini, two thing happening there?
Yeah. Well, Gemini is air, and it's mental. Air is mental.
Yeah.
So they have two minds.
Two minds, okay.
Okay. Pisces is water, emotional. So they have two emotions.
Okay.
Okay. Virgo is two earths. So they have two earth modalities. Sagittarius is two fires. So they have the fire of the horse, animal, and the fire of the man, the centaur, coming out of the horse. Okay. All the mutable signs are bi-corporeal. Okay. So they have two natures. All the cardinal signs like Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer, they are singular and directional.
Yeah, I walk really fast. I'm always, you know.
Yep, all the fixed signs, they are, well, they're more fixed. Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, they are fixed in their element. They're very stable in their element, okay?
Yeah.
The Taurian is stable in his earth. He's very firm and unmovable, okay? Now, look at the Cancer, the moon goddess. There's the crab. Look at the crabby looking, hard on the outside, soft on the inside type. Here's the Leo, the felines. Can you see a couple of lynxes, jaguars, lionesses, the big mane, the big hair? There's a lynx. There's a jaguar, beautiful Halle Berry, goddess. Virgoans, look at that bohemian, gypsy, distorted look on their face. These guys are eccentric par excellence. Earthy, magical. These guys are the wizards, the hermits.
Talking about Virgos right now.
The hermit card. Here are the Librans. See the round head? See the level eyebrows? See the vertical dimples? These are all Libran features. Nothing has changed on the ecliptic. Libra will always be where Libra is, from the 23rd of September to the 23rd of October, no matter where you live, what hemisphere, no matter what. See, this doesn't work in sidereal. I mean, someone in sidereal says, oh, yeah, I'm Aryan, and I can see all these Taurus features, so it doesn't fool me. Tropical.
Now, when you mention, you know, how the strongest signs, right? You have the magnetic, right? You say the magnetic ones are the strongest ones now. How are they? In what way are they more powerful, I guess you could say? You say like the cardinal signs, you know?
Well, that's not magnetic. That doesn't mean cardinal. So I want to finish with that book though, guys, because
yeah, sorry, please, yeah, keep going.
Please let me. This is very important because people need the visuals. They need to see how they can tell that this science is correct, rather than listening to the false prophets and the misleaders who themselves are misled. It's very, very important that you understand how to discern the 12 signs of the zodiac. They are there. If you don't see it, you're missing out on everything. Okay? So.
What's that? Bathroom, I think.
No.
Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. And by the way, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine is in the DNA of the double helix. This is the double helix. Helios, the sun. Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Okay, these tropical points, they are the cardinal signs. They are the strongest by far. Why? Why? Well, because you get a nozzle of a fire hydrant, okay, a fire hose rather, and here's the hose, and it's really, really tight here, right? And the water comes out. How does it come out? It's pressurized, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's shoot it up that way. Sorry, I'll do this again. So here's the nozzle there, and here's the water coming out. That's cardinal. Cardinal means birth, growth, decay. Birth, growth, decay. Fixed, cardinal, fixed, mutable. Birth, growth, decay. Okay, so cardinal people are like this. Fixed people, they're more representative of their element because that's more what you would call water. But then the water does this in droplets. That's mutable. This is fixed. This is cardinal. Here, cardinal, fixed. Mutable means mutating, changing, disintegrating. Okay, so that's answered that question.
Yeah, I didn't mean. Yeah, I didn't mean to make magnetic part of it. It's just the most powerful signs you'd mentioned were cardinal. That's just for that.
Yep, they are the door openers. Okay, so they have the most power because they are at the. See, this is the door opener of spring. That's the door opener of summer. That's the door opener of autumn. That's the door opener of winter. So more power is here. These are the portals, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, the four horsemen of Revelation. That's what they are. This is the white horse of Aries. This is the green horse of Cancer, or the pale horse, vegetation. Here is the red horse of Libra, where the sun sets, red, little Red Riding Hood. And here is the black horse of Capricorn. Saturn is black. And that's the night. That's the day, midday, midnight. So that's the black horse. White horse, green horse, red horse, black horse. Everything in the Bible is ripped off of this King Arthur and his 12 knights table. Hercules and his 12 laborers.
And this brings me to a question, Santos, because when I see this round thing in the 12 zodiac sign, I see the clock. So I have a question for you about the time, okay? Because now we can demonize pretty much everything that we've been taught, but also we can see the other side of it, like you said, and see the good in things. So, okay, time is there. Time is a big manipulative tool for humanity. Humanity is manipulated by time, but also you can use time to your advantage also and create things there. So how does the timetable thing that we have now relate to the whole existence? Like who brought in the time thing? Who said we're gonna use the time and it's gonna be like it comes from far? It doesn't come from the Babylonian people, I'm sure.
Right.
Like the time thing, all the timetable that we're using. Where does this science come from? Because to me, it's more than 2-3 Copernican guy that got together and decided, hey, it's gonna work. No, I think it's much deeper than that, and I think we tend to demonize it for maybe the wrong reason, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean, I just feel like, you know, time just means something different for everyone, you know?
Okay, time doesn't exist. We know time doesn't exist because, look, there's only the here and now. I'm here in Quebec. It's 2024, 29, 24, 21, 24. And he's in Australia, and we're talking at the same, here and now. So in that sense, time doesn't exist.
Right.
But time is a tool that, like I said, we have. So
magnetism creates magnitude. The electromagnetic wave. Okay? She is the mother of time and space. another way of saying magnetism is Maya, the illusion of time and space. Look, if this is a rope and I'm standing here and there's another guy over here hanging onto that rope, and I pull that rope. This is a longitudinal standing wave. I pull that rope. How quick does he get the message that I've pulled the rope?
Instantly.
This is called instantaneous action at a distance. This is how you can explain instantaneous action at a distance. The dielectric pulse, which is magnetodielectricity, not electromagnetism. This is magnetodielectricity. This inferior energy of vibration is electromagnetism. Don't get confused between the two. Now, magnetodielectricity is a pulse. It's a pulse perturbation. It's pulsing longitudinal. Scientists tell you that all particles are entangled. In other words, they're all connected all over the universe.
So
well,
that's why the clock does tick tock, tick tock, tick. It pulses.
Yeah.
It is a pulse. It is a pulse, like your heart. Dom dom.
Yeah.
All is a dom. Dom dom. You listen, you can hear the pulse, because the pulse is the center of your torus field, the core, the kerr, the apple core, the apples of Apollo. Okay? So, but if I get that string and I go like this, and I give it a slow flick, how long does it take to get to my gentleman friend over there?
When the wave gets to him. The first wave, when the first agitation that you made gets to him.
That's called time dilation. Time dilation. That's where the illusion of time comes, in the electromagnetic world of illusion. But here, everything is atemporal. This is temporal. This is the temporospatial world. The temporospatial world spiraling and rotating. But the atemporal world is longitudinal, atemporal. Here you have,
sorry, I forgot it was right.
Here you have compression, rarefaction, compression, rarefaction. And that compression, rarefaction pulse on the longitudinal wave, longitudinal wave causes this temporospatial illusion. Simple. Now, some systems have really slow waves, like Saturn is a 30-year orbit, so he's doing a real slow. Mercury, on the other hand, 88 days, he's doing real quick ones. He's very high vibrating. You get it?
Yeah.
That's how it works. It's
and
simple.
We're all stuck on low frequency stuff with media and all that, right? We're all stuck in the lower.
Yeah.
Well, red colors are dealing with all these lower chakras, red, orange, yellow. They have to do with power, sex, control.
Yeah. We're all stuck there.
When you get to the heart, then you open the door to climb the Kabbalistic tree. You go to blue shift. Blue shift is where heaven is. You see?
And I have another question for you. Before, at the beginning of the presentation, you were showing a magnet, and the magnet was doing different forms and different animals and stuff. And now, why is it animal represented as astrology? Where does all those animals come from? But with that, I think I want you to go a bit more into this. Why is it a bull? Is it a Gemini? How do they form these things to say, okay, it's going to look like this? And
like ether, thumbs up, ether.
There's got to be something out there organizing it, like the magnet thing.
This wave goes forever, okay? The wave always starts in Aries. Always. Always. Taurus will always be here. And Gemini is here. Let's just do those three. What is the element? What are the elements produced by the sun between the 21st of March to the 21st of April? I'll tell you. Gold and iron. Remember, we put the number 79 there, and it was AU, gold, because the sun exalts in Aries, but Mars is the ruler of Aries. Okay, so Aries has two planets, Mars and the sun. So all Arians have an iron nature about them, like Scorpio, but they also have golden sun nature because the sun exalts in Aries. Moon exalts in Taurus, the cerebellum. Okay, so the moon is here, she exalts in Taurus, and Venus is the ruler. So the sun here, along with the analemma, is producing gold and iron. Alchemists are able to change iron into gold when the sun is here. Not here, they can't do it. Here they can turn copper into gold. You know how an alchemist transforms his elements, he mutates them or sublimates them? That all alchemists and astrologers know you can only do this when the sun is on the ecliptic at a certain time. So if the sun is producing iron here and feminine copper here, and then Quicksilver, Mercury in Gemini, little horns on Mercury because he's a trickster.
Trickster.
Yeah, that's not all. It is also producing forms. See, so the ovine is here. The ovine and Taurus is the bow. Why is the ovine produced here? Why is the horned animal of the ram produced at the start of every ecliptic? Every ecliptic. I'm talking minuscule microcosm, mesocosm, macrocosm, mega. Every wave that is ever rippled and produced in the universe starts in Aries and finishes in Pisces. Everyone. All your movies, all your cartoons, all your nursery rhymes, fairy tales, they all start in Aries and finish in Pisces. But not only are the elements produced in that time, but forms are produced in that time. Aries is not, the ovine is not the only animal that comes from Aries. So is the canine. Because where there is the lamb, there is also the wolf. So Arians are very canine. They're like loyal dogs, like little children. They're very loyal, okay? But they also have the wolf side of them where they're very nasty and howl like wolves and attack like wolves. I know that because I'm Aryan. So,
right.
So the canine is here. The ovine is here. How is it produced? Because remember magnetism. Magnetism, as it extrapolates from 0 point, that first portion of the wave, as that wave is coming out, that will only produce what it can produce according to its energy there. And its energy there is fire. Fire and cardinal fire in Aries. It's a very special kind of fire. Remember the fire hose? It's very condensed fire. Arians have very, very condensed fire. Taurus is fixed earth. Well, that's how you make bulls, because bulls are big and earthy animals. And so as the magnetic wave extrapolates at that period from 30 degrees to 60 degrees along its ecliptic, it will produce Taurian things.
That's it.
Elements.
Okay, I got it. Yeah,
people.
Yeah.
So again, let me just continue with this book. When the sun is in Scorpio, between October and November, look at these people. Can you see the chicken hawk, the bird features? Look at the. You can see that they've all got beaks. Look at their bird beak.
Yeah.
There's a beak. There's a beak.
I always felt like I had a beak, but I mean, I'm not of that sign. But
look at the difference between the intense iron, because Mars rules Scorpio. Look at the iron of Scorpios and have a look at the Jupiterian jovial Jupiter of the Sagittarians. Big, long horse face, big teeth, beautiful big horse teeth, and that happy Jupiterian horse giddy up nature. Capricorn, more serious, very stern, very cold, very sexy. Capricorn is all about sexy.
Okay, that brings me to my next question, Santos, to the moment of birth. Why is the moment...
Hold the question.
What? Yeah?
Aquarius. Small facial features, eyes close together, everything's all compact on the face. Very tight little small face features. Aquarius, but very mental, that you can see it in their eyes. It's a mental air sign. It's very, it's all about thinking. And then you've got the jovial Jupiterian Venetian Pisceans. Again, the fish. See the fish? You can see their eyes. The eyes sort of go to the side, like Liza Minnelli here, you see? Because the fish, they have, their eyes are more like that. Aquarian eyes are more like this, close together. And the Pisceans, and you'll see this time and time again. Only if you pay attention. If you don't pay attention, it's all pseudoscience and from the devil.
Yeah.
So, you can go to my website, and then you'll click to another site, which is William Schreiber's website. William Schreiber, and you can get this book for about $20.
Yeah.
And you can learn how to tell people signs. Okay, so the Dance of the Zodiac, guys, support Bill. He's only selling these for about 25. I don't know how he makes any money at all, but I'm one of his biggest supporters, and I've sold for him. I don't get anything out of it, but it's all his. But he reckons he gets weekly sales. Just like 70% of his sales come from my presentations of his book. So support Bill, please.
Yeah. Now, there's something very crucial, okay, very important. It's the moment of birth and not the moment of conception, very different. But is there a difference, because now it's very important, the moment where you come into the world, but is there a difference between a C-section and a induced labor? Induced labor, a natural giving birth, or C-section? Like, does this will affect you? Like, they could take you out a week before you were supposed to come out. You're supposed to come out as a Gemini, or you will come out as Taurus or something like that. So
right.
What is because naturally, according to the normal course of life, you would have been supposed to be born Gemini or something. You know what I mean?
True, very true. But here's the thing. When you are born, it's a very special time, because at the moment you're born, there is only one sign rising in the east, which is your rising sign. In my case, it was Leo. So if I were born a half an hour later, my rising sign would have been Virgo. I would have totally different facial features. So not only every hour does it change, but every month. And so when you are born, Jupiter is in Sagittarius, the ascendant is in Leo, the moon is in Pisces. All of these configurations take place the moment you begin to breathe. Also, the moment of conception is also another point where you can tell a lot about someone's chart, but this is much harder to do as we have lost the science. But astrologers of antiquity assure us that it matters not. The moment of birth is sufficient for all astrological understandings for the native, for the individual. All you need, mostly, is the time of birth. Okay, because that's when you inspire all of those angles coming from those planets. And those planets, sonoluminescent beings, they are projecting their angles to you and blessing you or not so blessing you, depending on how they aspect with other planets. For instance, all right, let's have a look at my chart. Here's me. Okay, so what you can see here, my sun, I was born at 5:19 in the afternoon. So my sun is, here is the ascendant where Leo is. So Leo was rising. This is the east, and this over here is the west, where the sun sets. MC means midday. IMC below means middle of the night. So my sun has passed the midday point, and it's setting. There it is in the 7th house. So this is the house of relationships, and I've got 6 planets there: Saturn, Venus, Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, and Sun. Now the Sun's happy because it exalts in Aries. Jupiter is happy because it is domiciled in Pisces. And Saturn is happy because it's domiciled in Aquarius. So I have 3 essential dignities in my chart. Okay, so those planets, when I was born, they were very, very healthy. The Sun was very healthy in Aries. You get 4 points of essential dignity through an exaltation. Jupiter gets 5 points through a domicile in Pisces, and Saturn gets 5 points. So I've got 14 points of essential dignity in my chart. Now, negatives. Venus conjunct Saturn. Venus is your lover, your partner, your wife for men. Mars is the husband. Mars, marriage, marito, which means husband in Italian. Mars is for women. So having a Venus conjunct Saturn, my Venus is not at all very happy in my chart. Saturn is, because he's in Aquarius, but Venus does not like Aquarius. So at the moment I was born, I was blessed with a good Jupiter, a good jovial Jupiter, and a good Saturnian Saturn, and a good solar sun. But my Venus is down, my Mercury's down, and a couple of other things there that are down. So the moment I'm born, I am infused with those energies, and they will set in my nature for the rest of my life. And I can change them, I can sublimate those energies, I can grow them, I can evolve them and develop them.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, tells a lot. So I don't know if you want to add something else, Santos. It's up to you now.
No, I'm about done. That's a lot, and my voice is going now. So
it's a lot to take in also for us, for people to digest the information. Personally, I'm gonna watch it again. That's for sure. There's a lot of stuff to take in, so I thank you a lot for coming on, Santos. It's very I'm speechless. There's no word to express my gratefulness, to express how grateful I am for you taking your time, because we don't put value on money, we put value on time, on what the time you give to others, and that's a great honor for me to have you here and share my time also with you, because it's very it's for the benefit of us all. Wake up, people.
Yes.
That's it. It is for the benefit of us all. We all come here with love. We all come here with pure intent, and there's nothing, when we have the discipline also, so we have everything, huh, Santos?
We do, brother. We
That's it.
Inside of every atom of our anatomy, we have Krishna, Christ. You can call it, if you like, Allah. Call him Allah, Jehovah. It's all beautiful. They are all beautiful names in different languages of the same substance, of the same consciousness, of the same person, of the same force, energy. God is a reservoir of all things, omniscient, omnipotent, and we are God. We are one and the same as God, with difference. So
just waiting,
we do.
It's just to tap into this power and bring it forward into our life, and really, like I say all the time, rise and shine.
Right.
Rise and shine.
That's it.
It's two words, 3 words. Rise and shine. So it's very So that's it. So thank you very much, Santos. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Rob, also for participating.
No, thank you for having me. It's a blessing just to be here in the same room as Santos. Well, so to speak.
Thanks,
but you were a bit
Awesome.
the instigator with your message on Facebook, so I couldn't resist.
Hey.
And it was a long time I didn't get in touch with Santos, and it's just a great man. So it's always.
I guess that's the cardinal in me. I started it, right?
Yeah, exact. You were the cardinal in there.
Right.
So thank you very much, guys, and we're off, and that's it. We're gonna be back on for another one probably. I'll talk to Santos. There's so much things to say. I have a whole bunch of questions, all kinds of stuff to talk about. But we've been here almost for 3 hours, though. So
write down your questions. Do write them down, and I'll answer them one. But next week, next time, I mean, not next time. I will
whenever you're ready, Santos.
I will only answer your questions. I won't do any presentation. I'll just answer questions.
Yeah, and we can develop on it, and then we're going to go on. You know us, if we start with... Sometime we're going to say a word, and we can talk about that word for an hour. So
Yeah. I'll have many more questions that will come to mind after this, so...
Yeah, that's it. We're going to rewatch it and come back with questions, and we'll plan for another one, Santos, together. I'll shoot you a message. We're in touch anyway. We're linked on Facebook, so...
Merci, mon vieux.
Merci, mon ami. Merci, mon ami. À la prochaine.
Bon, bonne journée, guys.
Au revoir.
Have a good day, guys. Take care.